Alright, guys, when you've downloaded your software, this is how your software is going to look like when you open into it. Let's just get along with the work. We'll come here on our left hand side and click this create new. Here we find different formats in which different types of workspace of different width, different height. You want to designing the complementary card. So we're going to use this at our left hand side custom. I want to use this of width 7, height 4 inches, resolution of 300. Go ahead and create. When you open it into your graphical design interface, this is how it looks like. At the center here we have our workspace. At the left hand side we have our tools. At the top we have our options. I'll introduce you to some tools here which we are going to be using, but I'll introduce you first to the basic tools. I think on the first 6 here we have our crop tool. First one we have our move tool, which we are going to be using in holding our elements. From here downward we have our rectangular marquee tool. When you place your mouse, you realize that when you hover, it hovers. When you hover on each of these attributes, each of these elements, you realize that there's a sample on in each tool, like just like this. When I just leave the mouse on each element, you realize that there's a sample on how to use this tool. This is our crop tool, frame tool. Down we have our brush tool, we have our eraser tool, we have our gradient tool, we have our text tool, we have our shapes, different types of shapes. Okay, I want us to start first with the footer of this complementary card. I want to pick a color, something like sky blue. Yes, something like this will do. So we are just going to start from here, from the left hand side, left to the right. We'll click downward, just like that. Alright, that's our footer, but we are not going to leave it that way. We want to edit this. Go ahead and click on our move tool. By editing this, we have to hit on the Ctrl T button, Ctrl T, to free transform the object. After free transforming this object, we want to make it to be an irregular shape, a customized shape of which we think of something which looks very beautiful. I want to make something something like a slope. By so doing, we're going to right click on it and warp it. Click the warp button. I'll hold this and lift it up a little bit. Come down here and pull it like this. Looks beautiful and presentable right now. Yeah, that's okay. And click the OK button. You realize the beautiful shape. You see this it's like a valley, something slope. Alright, okay, that's just it for our footer. We want to make something concerning the logo. We want to make something very simple. I like the circle shape. I want us to change the color. Change the color to take blue. Alright, come and hit circle. Yeah, centralize it. That looks okay over there. Then now we come over here to our rectangular marquee tool. We want to use this to give allowance for our text that will describe our logo. We want something like this in the middle. Then we go over to our eraser tool to give allowance. He asks us to rasterize the shape first. We hit the OK button. You see the difference it does. The rectangular marquee tool gives us allowance, a space provision for us to focus on a particular selected area. That's just it. Okay, to deselect this, we are going to hit the Ctrl D button. Then we want to apply our text. We'll go on to our text tool. We want to know the type of font we are using. Is it a sans serif font or a serif font? I want something like this Lucida calligraphy. I'm going to use this. It looks too long. You want to reduce it a little bit. I think 13 will do. To zoom in to see properly in what we're working on, I'll just hit this spacebar button. When I hit the spacebar button, you see the difference. I use the left click and click, so I can, you see, I play with this. I can work perfectly on what I'm saying. Centralize it. Okay, then now it looks so simple. We want something realistic. Come down here to our layer, then we're just going to double click on this layer here, this text layer. When you double click, you realize that we enter into our layer style. Then this is our equipments here, which we are going to be using in blending. We have these are the blending options. We have the bevel and emboss, we have stroke, color overlay, we have gradient overlay, we have drop shadow. These are just the basics. I want to work with bevel and emboss. You realize that when I click the bevel and emboss, you see the difference it makes. I can play with that. I want to increase the size. Okay, that's fine. I want to add a drop shadow. When I add a drop shadow, you see the difference it makes. There's a shadow behind. The distance, I can play with distance. You see how realistic it looks like. Okay, that's just it for the text. And for the background, we want to play the background. We'll just come over and click on the background. When you click on the background, you realize that it automatically selects in the layer. Come down here and double click in the layer. Come down here we'll come to our layer style. I want to do exactly what we did to our font style, so that everything will look realistic at once. But the bevel and emboss, it looks awkward. We want to adjust that. The depth, you want to adjust the depth. Hold on, you want something like this. The style, the size is too much. Okay, this will do. Then now I want to add a drop shadow. That's too much. Slightly, yeah, that looks realistic now. Okay guys, that's just it for the logo. Now control minus to zoom out. Guys, you realize that in every complimentary card there's a description on which reason why people make complimentary cards. This is an advertisement for a business or organizations, all of those types of stuffs. But now we want to describe our complimentary card. Where are we going to implement all of those descriptions? We want to implement them in this footer down here. But first thing first, I want us to head on to this white background. The background looks too simple. I want to add something more beautiful to it. I want to add something more presenting. I downloaded a white background online. If you need the background, I can leave the description below the video where you can get it online. We'll just get there right now. This is the white background. We're just going to adjust it just like that, then click the OK button. When you click it, you realize that The background is found in front of these other elements in the layer. If you want to adjust that, we are just going to come over here and we'll click on this background, we'll hold it and pull it downward. Pull it downward, you realize that it has gone below other elements, and those other elements which was below has come in front. Then now we're just going to bring it down behind again under our footer. You realize that the footer comes in front. The background looks stylish now and more presentative. Then now for the description, complementary card description, you want to elaborate on our description with icons. How to add icons? How do we do to add this icon? We are going to use our custom shape tools. I want to start first with email. We're going to use this envelope. Sorry guys. Oh, okay, I forgot. The envelope is behind. Yeah. The envelope was behind. That's why. If you realize that anytime we want to play with this and we mistakenly hold the background and it is not positioning itself at the proper, we just want to click here and then lock the background so that we will not tamper with it. This looks small, so we want to zoom in to see properly what we are doing here. Okay, our image is just okay here. We want to elaborate more, so we'll come here and use our text tool. But firstly, we need to change it to our white font. This font looks, we want something more simple and understanding, more visual, something like this. Okay, we want to write email. Let's say for example name email.com. Yeah, email.com. All right, next thing, we want to implement our phone number. Right click and look for cell phone. I think it's found in our symbols. Okay, symbols. Yes, we want to draw a cell phone. To not waste time, we can just hold this. We press the Alt button. When we press the Alt button, you realize that it's to duplicate. Press the Alt and then hold this and drag this down. That's just it to duplicate. Double click. Then let's say for example plus 00012345678 9. No. Then next thing, we want to add our website. Need something like web. Yeah, this will do. Example web www.site.com. Then last but not the least, we want to add our address, our home address. We're going to elaborate more using buildings. We want something like this. Okay. Hold our app. One, two, three. Street. State. That was so simple. There's a little gap between each other. Alright guys, that's just it for the complementary card. It's very simple to learn and very understanding. Alright, last thing, I'll teach you how to save your work when you're done designing. Head on here to the file, click save as. We want to save it in our computer. Then we want to save as example complementary card. I want to complementary card. Alright, the type, this save as type, we have the Photoshop. This Photoshop, it means that you can still come back and adjust your work if you want to edit some stuff. If you want to, let's say for example, you made a mistake, it ensures that at any time if there's an error, you could still come back and save your work. All what you have done will not be in vain. You understand what I'm saying? Yeah. But now we want to save it as JPEG, where we can print out our document, you can share it online, where it is more visualized. Yeah, we want to save it as JPEG, or we want to save it, we can save it as PNG. So we are going to be saving it as JPEG. That's just it. Save it in our tutorial folder, and that's just it. And again, lastly, for the quality, we want to save it at the largest file so we can have the best resolution of our project, what we just built. Hit the OK button and it is safe. Alright guys, please do not forget to like and subscribe after watching the video, and please do not forget to share. Thank you.